All right, welcome back, Art Slugs. Today we are going to be doing a tour through my mini sketchbook. There's not going to be much here. I kind of have them all laid out, but we're going to see what we did and what I drew way back. All right, let's look at these pictures. So first we got a pile of our sketchbooks. We've already looked at the one Inktober, so let's see what this is. We've got a big pile here of all kinds of little books we're going to look at. Let's look at this first one. This is the oldest one here. We're going to see what I drew. All right. Here I drew some designs because I thought about making a sword out of wood. So I was kind of going after the Kirito look sword. So that's what he got here. That's why. And I kind of was drawing how big it was, how it was going to be. Knew nothing about what I was doing. But I never got to building that. Here we have lists of different animes and mangas that I was going to read and watch. Things that I would not read today, but, I was interested back then. And it goes for a while. That's the stuff I was going to read. And you get a long list of stuff right across here. And I was like, oh, I want to write them all down. Here we have this picture. This was of the door and a propane tank of my uncle's cabin. I was there for a while. Here we have a little anime character that I drew. Here's another anime character. I drew this while I was at a youth group. That one looks really bad. This one's my sister's on the left, and then mine was on the right. She was trying to teach me how to draw hands. She wasn't as good at the time. Another list of animes and mangas. Just a long list as we get. As I just decided to write them down. I don't know why. I didn't save them on a computer, but that was my idea. So I still have this book. That's why I look at it all the time and go, yep. Never going to read any of half of these, but, that's just what you have. Alright, so we got some more. Oh, here is the song. Have you ever seen that ninja anime? It's a very simple, it's like 12 episodes. I can't remember what it was called. Not very well done, but there was kind of a little bit of comedy into it. But that was the song for the whole intro song, and I really liked it, so I wrote it down, and I was kind of trying to memorize it. Never ended up working hard enough to memorize it, but I still like the song to this day. Here is, I was doing some live drawings on the left, and then I drew some anime characters on the right. Another anime character. It's kind of creepy. But, that's what you do. You just got practice, practice, practice. Here, a little head. I drew a head and then I gave up. If I can't draw the head right away as a kid, I would just be like, I'm done, and move on. That's why a lot of times you'll just see a plain head in this book. This is what I drew. And of course, as I had the issue that everyone explained, a saggy boob problem. I would constantly do it. We're saggy boobs, and they would always constantly say it to me. What are you doing that for? What are you doing that for? You gotta draw them properly. And my mother would look through my art because I would take it through her every year. I'd go through the art. And every time I started improving, she would let me know when I was getting better. So a lot of the older stuff has like a huge amount of problems like that. This one I was so proud of. My sister wasn't. She kind of mocked me for it, but I thought it looked nice. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. Look, I drew a head and gave up. This one I kind of drew this little girl kind of holding a cat hat, Trying to draw hands. Didn't come out very good. Doing a little sketching because I get bored and I don't want to draw anything else, Alright, let's open this up. Nothing really there. Here I drew a woman in a bikini. Her proportions are so off. Let's move on from that. Drew a head, gave up. Aha! Here's where I created a list of rules of like if I could read chapters of mangas. You do this many drawings, you could do this. You do this many drawings, you could do that. An anime episode, I was trying to put a reward. That way, if I work hard, get a reward. Because I really wanted to be an artist, and I knew I needed to draw more, and I wasn't drawing enough and working on the things I should. One of the biggest mistakes I made, not listening to every YouTuber I've ever listened to, ever watched. They always said, stop drawing anime, draw realism. Get the basics down before you go to anime. Otherwise, you are just going to suffer, and that happened to me. As you can see, this book is a result of me ignoring their advice. Alright, let's see what else we got here. There's a hand, pretty ugly looking. The head, one eye, ugly looking. This one, I was like, give up, scribble, scribble. I'm done with this. Absolutely ridiculous. Look at that. And you sort of get pages, you're like, what do you do? Yeah, I waste pages. I didn't draw pages because I struggled with the concept of the idea that you could stay on a page. That you could stay on, finish it. You draw in another corner. You got space, draw something else. I hated that. So I felt like I drew one thing, that's it. That's what stays on that page. This character kind of drew, was kind of having fun. Kind of drew it like she's moving, the wind's pushing back. That one I enjoyed. Let's get this page up. Nothing here. We got blank. Wow, I didn't realize I had some blank pages in the sketchbook. I thought it was all filled out. Oh, look, a head with some eyes, and then I gave up. Now look at this. This is an old book. I don't care for these type of sketchbooks, but whatever. Look, it's kind of like Grim Reaper putting her hand on someone, Weird thing. Try to draw somebody, try to draw their proportions. It's like, nope, done with that. See, blank, blank, blank. Aha! Here, 02. The anime 02 just recently came out, so I drew kind of a character like her. Just didn't put the horns on. You know, I just woke up one morning and drew that. You know. Another list, more stuff. You know, I just start making a list of stuff. That's what I did. You know, I'd be like, yeah, it's going to be in my sketchbook. Complete waste of time. More blank pages, more blank pages. Up, and she's upside down. But we're going to move on anyways. Let's keep going until we can get... Do we have any other pictures in here? I should have some more. Aha! I was doing a bunch of Crush Crush fan art, so you're going to see a few of those. This one, see? Saggy boobs problem. Same problem again. Other head, gave up. Started using a pink pencil to try to keep it light so I could go over it with dark ink, you know. Saw some artists do it, so I was like, oh, I'll do that, you know. That's what you do. You do whatever you see. Dude, this one's actually pretty good, especially for that time. I think that's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with that. Alright, let's see. Oh, I still have more. I really thought I was about to almost have blank pages for the rest of it. Let's see how much we got here. Let's look. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Well, quite a few blank pages. Up, a face, gave up, moved on. There's a face, drew some kind of angry eyes, mouth open, moved up, kind of tried to draw somebody, gave up. And drew like a little genie with glasses and the fake nose and the mustache. That's what I did. I'm kind of lazy. What else we got here? Kind of a skirt, head scribbled on it, teapot, trying to draw realism. And then another list of people's birthdays in my family. So I wrote that down. All right, that is it. That is the whole book. You have seen it all. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please like it, because that's what you would do. And subscribe. And share with your friends so they can subscribe, you know. And as to you all, Art Slugs out.